So, it's seemingly that time for a Nintendo Direct. And it's been a long time coming too. After the Switch 2 Direct in April, there really hasn't been a lot of news. And a Direct's been rumored like every day now between June and July. And the only leaker that I trust when it comes to Nintendo announcements is Nate the Hate. He pretty much has a flawless track record. He predicted the day the Switch 2 would be even announced. The same day as Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So if he says there's a Direct this week, I'm pretty confident we're getting one. So allow me to predict what we'll see in this Direct. While I might be legally blind, my predictions are 100% accurate. Probably not, but let's have some fun anyway. So we still have some games on Switch 2 coming out this year that still need release dates. I think we'll get a date for Metroid Prime 4, and it's going to release in September. That just seems like a good month for Metroid to me. But to hold you over till then, I think Metroid Prime 2 and 3 will be shadow dropping at this Direct. I think they'll be straight up ports with no updated visuals like remastered, and it'll get a physical copy in October, similar to what happened with Pikmin 1 and 2. As for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, I think it's releasing in November. But I don't think that's going to be the only holiday title. More on that later. I think Kirby Air Riders seems like a good December title. It gives a wide enough gap between Mario Kart and Kirby, given they're both racing games. December's just that time of year too that Sakurai likes to release games. Both Ultimate and Melee were slated for December, and I think Brawl was too before it was pushed back. I think we'll also get a game-specific Direct for this game in August, just so Sakurai can show everything the game has to offer. We also know about Splatoon Raiders, but I'll be honest, I don't think it's coming out this year. It was announced on the Nintendo Today app, and I think that if it was coming this year, we would have got a release date, or at least a release window of 2025. I just think 2026 is pretty likely for this game. But those are all games that we currently know about. I think Nintendo still has a lot that we don't know about. Given that the Nintendo Switch 2 launched with Switch 2 editions of Switch games, I expect this trend to carry out through the generation. And I think we'll see an expanded version of Pikmin 4. A Pikmin 4 Deluxe. And outside of better graphics, I think the big feature will be multiplayer. Maybe even online multiplayer, which would actually be pretty cool. It could even support Game Share, which is like a modern day DS download play that even works online. And from what I hear, Game Share works really well, even if I haven't tried it yet myself. I also think we'll get a Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's Mario's 40th anniversary, so a little expansion to the game, maybe even with online multiplayer and Game Share again, and new levels and worlds would all be welcome. I thought Mario Bros. Wonder was awesome, and would love to have more content for the game. While we're on the topic of Mario, I also think we'll see a DLC for Mario Kart World, with some characters from Donkey Kong Bonanza, maybe a younger Pauline, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and some others that I won't say here because spoilers. But I'm sure you already knew Cranky Kong was in the game. There have also been rumors of a Kirby Planet Robobot remaster, as well as a Mario Galaxy 2 remaster. And I have a feeling Kirby will show up here. I don't know if it's time for Galaxy 2 just yet. I think we'll have a Direct in September for Mario's 40th anniversary, revealing that as well as the next big 3D Mario game. Bonanza just came out, so I don't think they want to overshadow it just yet. So hold out just a little longer for 3D Mario. I also think we'll see a lot of third-party games announced for the Switch 2. Recently, it came out that Sony is interested in developing games on other platforms, including the Xbox and the Switch 2. We already had LEGO Horizons, but on Switch 2, I think we could see Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't think it'll be announced at this Direct just yet though, but I do think Death Stranding will. There have already been rumors about this. Wood from Beat 'em Ups talked about it. so I think it's pretty likely, given Death Stranding 2 just came out on PS5. Seems like a good way to get people to want to play the other game. Maybe we'll see Horizon Zero Dawn or even The Last of Us here, but I don't think it's time just yet. I also think we'll see some Xbox titles coming to the console. Sea of Thieves seems pretty likely to me. It already came to PS5, and I think Rare teased it themselves not that long ago. I also think we could possibly see Hi-Fi Rush. I loved it on the Series X, and I'm still waiting for that physical release. Maybe it'll finally come after they announce a Switch or Switch 2 version. I also think we'll see Call of Duty here, most likely Black Ops 7, and maybe even Forza also. These all seem like great fits on the console. I also think maybe we'll see a new Banjo. Probably not that one, but I can dream, right? I do, however, think Donkey Kong 64 will finally be coming to NSO. There was that leak about a month ago about a couple games coming to the platform, so it seems pretty likely to me. Maybe it'll even shadow drop alongside Pokemon Coliseum. There was that rumor. I also think Doom the Dark Ages will come to Switch too. After 2016 and Eternal, it seems very likely. Sega's up next, and out of the gate, they really had a push for games on the Switch too. Launching with the port of Yakuza 0, Sonic and Shadow Generations, and Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, and also having Raida remastered a couple weeks later, it seems like Sega is really trying to back the Switch too. So I expect a port for Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor. I also expect Persona 4 Rewind to be announced for the console, and it'll come out in 2026 for the 30th anniversary of Persona. There's also rumors of Assassin's Creed Shadows, not that it interests me personally, but I do think Ubisoft might make a collection of both Mario and Rabbids titles, with all the DLC, a 2-in-1 pack of both games in 4K 60 FPS. Sparks of Hope really didn't do that well, so I think Ubisoft wants to recuperate some of those losses. I also think the Sands of Time remake will be announced for the Switch too. For as long as it's been in development, it seems pretty likely. I also think we'll finally get a release date for Silksong. Maybe that will also be a shadow drop. I still need to play the first one personally, but I've heard great things, and I'm a big fan of Metroidvanias. We might also get a Witcher 3 Enhanced for the Switch too, hoping that's a free upgrade. I do own the Switch 1 version. I also feel like Red Dead 2 is also coming to the console, probably at this Direct also. There have been rumors for quite a while saying a re-release is coming soon, and I think it would be a great fit on the console. To take it on the go would be awesome. I think you can already do that on Steam Deck, but if it's all on the cart, that would be even better. Maybe even a release date for Final Fantasy VII Intergrade and Elden Ring. Hopefully those are both on the carts also. Now, going back to Nintendo for a minute, given that Bonanza just released, I think it's very likely we get a Luigi's Balloon World style mode for the game. Maybe they'll call it Diddy's Conquest, where he hides a bunch of bananas, or hats, or something else. Balloon World was a cool free update, so something for Bonanza would be great. I also think we might get a free update, or even a Switch 2 edition of Xenoblade Chronicles X. People in the code found a 60 frames per second mode, so it seems like that's coming soon. Maybe something for the older Xenoblades also. A collection would be awesome. And as for the holiday title, well, I think it's time for Luigi to return. The gap between Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and 3 was 6 years. So I think it's time for Luigi's Mansion 4. Maybe it'll come around Halloween. It is a Friday. Nintendo now likes to release their games on Thursdays, but a Friday would be really cool. I could just imagine how great that game would look. Luigi's Mansion 3 is still one of the best games looking on the Switch 1. Really, its only competition is Metroid Prime Remastered. As for the one more thing, I think it'll be an Animal Crossing. I think we'll get a slight tease of 2026. It'll be called Animal Crossing New Connections, and we'll have a free moving camera. Maybe even Luigi's Mansion will have that, similar to the modern day Resident Evils. Personally, I'm not the biggest Animal Crossing guy. I played it a lot during the pandemic, but after that I kind of fell off. I'll definitely pick it up though, and give it a fair shot. Oh, before I forget, I also think it's pretty likely we'll get a port of Yoshi's Woolly World for the Switch and the Switch 2. We had a leaked icon from the Switch 2 Direct, so it seems highly likely that this one's coming. Even if it's not at this Direct, I definitely think we'll be getting it soon. But yeah, that's gonna do it for my predictions, guys. Let me know in the comments if I was right or wrong. I think it would be pretty funny if we didn't even get a Direct this week, but I got a good feeling about it. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. It would really help out the channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.